Hello everyone, this is Riya Singh, the currency research analyst for the Nirmal Bank. So let's look at the Indian rupee outlook for the coming few weeks. Now there has been a high sell-off into the global debt market, which has resulted into the decline of the Indian bond yields as well. Now if you look at the Indian rupee, it has recovered somewhat from its lows, taking into consideration that there has been a cool off into the crude oil prices due to the lockdown that has been put into place in Shanghai, which is putting the assumption that numbers could decline on the demand side for the crude oil. And also there has been quite good recovery or rebounding into our domestic equity market as well. Now, as the March end nears, of course, the eye will be onto the numbers such as what will be the import bills, the trade account deficit, how far will it widen, take into consideration the subdued capital inflows that has happened in the past few weeks. All these factors putting into a place that Indian rupee could still be overvalued at this level. Now, the another major data that will be coming in is is out of the meeting from RBI and the Finance Ministry. Now, they will be discussing what will be their borrowing plans for the first half in the coming fiscal years. As they have announced the borrowing plans at around $14 trillion for the FY 2022-2023. They will be coming out with a plan for the first half of the borrowings on the April 1st. So that will be a very key data to look forward to. Thus, to summarize everything, I think Indian rupee will continue to depreciate, taking into consideration that that India is still very ambitious in gaining market share in the global export. Also, there could be very minimum intervention by the central bank as well, because if you look at the past few statements, they have remained, though not as accommodative as in the pandemic times, but they are still very much discussed. There has been discussion about when the rate hikes will be. So, take into consideration the RBI intervention into the Forex market, Indian rupee will still be on the depreciative tone, with RBI pausing its rate hikes at least in the upcoming first two policy rates. Thus, taking into factor everything that has been discussed so far, crude oil price could average around 107 to $111 per barrel. RBI to continue its pause on the rate hikes at least in the first two policy meet, thus putting the Indian rupee on a depreciative path and to test the lows of 77, 77.50. The trading range for the Indian rupee for the April expiry could be placed at 76.83 to 75.20. So these are a few levels that one should keep in mind when looking at the Indian rupee, at least on a short term or in the coming few weeks. Thank you for listening.